Not far away now from a dispatch. They're ready to run. Dicoletto, the odds-on pop brought the inside stall, and Pike kicked the big fellow out of the gates very quickly, and he'll try and hold the lead in the early stages. Out well also is the newcomer Friars Classic, but it'll be Dicoletto that held the front. Burning Pride is going to go forward soon after the start, but 3 deep. Now Pike puts the brakes on. He doesn't really want to lead, he wants to settle, but no one wants to lead in actual fact. Pushing up Percentage Play fourth, and then 2 lengths way behind those on the inside. Next of all is the Last Waltz, being covered by Law at the 1,000. Uncle Con, and towards the tail is El Capitano, leaving the 900 mark behind them, and again he is forced to quicken up. The odds-on favourite doing it pretty comfortably. He had his ears pricked at the 800. It's Dicoletto making play, a half to 3/4 of a length over the debutant Friars Classic. Percentage Play third. He was able to slot Burning Pride behind them fourth, and then came on the rails next of all the Last Waltz. It was being shaded by Lawfy. El Capitano back second from last over on the outside of Uncle Con. The favourite still should have plenty in the tank at the 450. Hasn't really had to do too much now, and Pike just starts to give him a bit of rain coming up to the corner. Dicoletto leads the way, drifting wide on the home corner. Got on the wrong leg coming around the bend. Friars Classic. Burning Pride comes to the outside. The run's there for Percentage Play. Lawfy and El Capitano, they're coming hard here at the 150. He draws the whip on Dicoletto, and now getting through is the Last Waltz, but Dicoletto is in front. The Last Waltz trying hard. Dicoletto, though, this big rangy type, gets the money, changing stride many times over the final stages, but Dicoletto held them and has won from either El Capitano or the Last Waltz. Burning Pride in the middle of those. Percentage Plays on the rail, then Uncle Con. Lawfy had dropped out, and likewise Friars Classic. Dicoletto wins the race. He leads all the way. Pike kicked him out. He just fleetingly put the skids on to see if anyone else was prepared to drag him into it, but then no one was forthcoming. He had to quicken and held the lead fairly comfortably from that stage, and so it worked out okay here for this big, gangly, gawky 3-year-old. He's a Dick Turpin from Storm Leto, trained by Dan and Ben Pearce, and you could see him changing stride over the final 200. Pricked his ears, he's looking around everywhere, and he's won it from either El Capitano or the Last Waltz. Burning Pride will in fact be fourth in. 1:31.65 there in a race which was a bit of cat and mouse, I guess, early on, with Pike kicking Dicoletto out of the gate smartly from gate number 1. Didn't want to get caught back there too far from them, and there was no real pressure forthcoming from anything else. So he was able to lead there and then stoke him up. He just kept feeding him a bit of rain into the corner, and Dicoletto was able to comfortably at the finish hold them off. He got to 180 there in the official WA markets, $1.90 on tote. Second goes to number 6 in the photo, the Last Waltz, David Harrison and Joe Azzopardi. And third money is to 7 El Capitano, Stephen Parnham for the Neville Parnham yard. Burning Pride number 3 finished fourth home. 190, 120 Dicoletto, the Last Waltz 170, El Capitano $1.90. Dicoletto raced by Danelle Pearce, R. Viney and Ms. P. Wood, D. Norrish, Glenn McTaggart, E. Sherry, G. Coucher, K. Parsons, and ridden by William Pike. Second placing, 6th, the Last Waltz, a patronised Balmaressa Dancer filly. She's raced by Clive Atwell at Darlingview Thoroughbreds, trained by David Harrison. Joe Azzopardi there aboard, and El Capitano third in. The Almaher Eshinka gelding for Santo Waliato and Ron Sayers. Stephen Parnham the rider for Neville Parnham. 1 length and nose were the margins after the running of the Hahn Super Dry Handicap. So favourite backers get off to a good start. Those prepared to take Dicoletto on have just probably paid to a point, but he makes it 2 out of 2. The second is the Get the Tab Touch Maiden at 2:27. 5 Canlar comes out there with a field of 14 running in the next event of the day. Let's go downstairs, and Steve Mills is on board in the winner's enclosure, and he's now with one of the co-trainers of Dicoletto in Benny Pearce.
Yes, thank you very much, Darren. A nice effort there, and two from two for his last 2 outings. You would have been happy. Unusual action on occasions.
Yeah, look, he's a very big, raw, immature type. He's got a lot to learn still, but to be two from two and still have so much to learn, he's done a really good job.
What were the plans from the outset? It looked like you were going to lead from the inside gate, but then it looked like, as Darren said in the call, perhaps you didn't want to lead. What were the plans?
Look, I just said to Willie, it's hard to make plans when he did what he did last start. He was up there on speed, and then he spat the bit and dropped back to near last. And so, I mean, really, I just said just ride it on feel and see what you reckon. The inside barriers probably wasn't ideal for a big, long striding horse like him. We probably would have preferred to be out there a bit, just to give him a bit more room.
Okay, you're happy with the way the education's going? Still a bit to learn?
Yeah, really happy with how it's going. At the start of the prep, we said we'll give him one run and tip him out, and then he pulled up so well from it. We said we'll give him another one, and I think now we've probably seen how much ability he's got, and we probably need to look at making a bit of a plan for him.
Excellent. It could be a big couple of days for the stable. Dan's over in Sydney at the moment, but obviously looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, Dan's gone over to the Sydney Classic sale, so hopefully we can go over there and pick out a few nice types. And yeah, we've got Street Fury and the 3-year-old Magic Millions on Saturday, so yeah, she's all going well into that.
Confident?
Yeah, look, we've set her for this. She's a month between runs, and yeah, we're really happy with where she's at.
Excellent. All right, mate. Well, you're doing well. You're ticking over well in the midweeks. Let's hope you can do it on Saturday down at Penny.
Thanks.
Well done. And that's Ben Pearce, the trainer of Dicoletto, or one of the co-trainers with Daniel. William Pike, he rode the first winner at the same meeting last week, and he then went on to win the second and the third. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do this afternoon, Mark.
Yeah, really good performance there. I think he's just doing it on ability at the moment. He did pretty much the same at Bunbury, as Ben was saying. The galloping action is a little bit strange at the moment, but when he flattens out and he improves and gets the idea, I think they've got a reasonable horse here.
A couple of good runs behind the place getters, like the effort of El Capitano. Had to come off the speed and just bloused out for second, finishing third. Yeah,
a little bit surprised that Stephen Parnham settled so far back on that horse. I thought the market move would maybe suggest it might be a bit closer, and was certainly the fastest over the last 600.
Okay, and the last waltz filling the gap between Dicoletto and El Capitano with the second placing. 1-6-7. We'll just have a chat with Willie once he's had a chat with the connections here and he weighs out on the opening event on the program. He's won by a length and a nose between second and third. So Willie just weighing in now. We'll have a chat with him about what he discovered out there with the big fella Dicoletto in the opening event. Just having a bit of a chat now. Plenty of discussion, sorry buddy, plenty of discussion happening out here with the stewards and also with the owners. An interesting ride.
He is, he's not your typical good horse. He does a fair bit wrong and he's high in the action and he's a bit here and a bit there, and yeah, it could be exciting if the penny drops and he goes the right way.
Jumped really well, and you found yourself in front. Was the plan to try and restrain and get somebody else to do the action up front?
I wasn't too worried, to tell you the truth. I was happy to lead or not lead. If I was going to sit, I needed it to be a good tempo because he's that big striding horse. Thought the worst thing I could do was interfere with that stride. Thought it would cost me more ground than it had saved me. So once no one was able to take the lead off me convincingly, he went through, and once he did poke his head in front, he relaxed very well. Well
done, mate. Nice start to the day. Hopefully you can steer us in the right direction for the rest of the day. You a confident day?
Oh, you always have nice rides. Yeah, I'll be thereabouts all day.
105 for the season. I just thought I'd share that with you. Have a good day. Well done, Willie. Well done, Willie Pike. Having a great time here for his connections. Dicoletto taking out the opening event on the program, and that's the Hans Super Dry Handicap. Race 2 this afternoon. As Darren said, one scratching in the second event on the program. Take out number 5, Canlar. Number 5, Canlar. And that's the Tab Touch. Get the Tab Touch, mate, and due for a start at 2:27.
7 and 3 the placings. Last 600, 36.11. Weight declared with race 2 at 2:27.